Was this strategy built by AI? Today we're going to be having a look, so let's get straight to it. Hi trader devs, I hope everybody's going extremely well. Welcome back to my channel where I find trading strategies on the internet or YouTube. I code them so that we can backtest them, debunk the bad ones and find the perfect ones. Okay, today we're going to be looking at a strategy that somebody sent to me in my community on Discord. You can find the links below in the description. She sent me this strategy so that I could try and decode it to find out. Apparently this strategy was sent to her by messenger on another Discord group saying that it was created by AI, which I first of all thought was strange knowing the limitations of Pine script itself, but anything's possible. So she sent me a couple of screenshots that you'll be able to see here. Today we're going to be looking at to see if we can work out what this strategy is, convert it into some more script and build our own, and then we'll try and backtest it to find out if it really is good, if we think it's made by AI, or whether it could have just been another expensive indicator on the internet. So let's go over to my computer and have a look. Okay, so the screenshot was sent to me was this code here. I didn't actually have access to this code, or I didn't have access to even a chart. I just literally had the screenshot that you saw earlier. If I could just take a couple of seconds of your time, if you wouldn't mind just giving me a big thumbs up if you're enjoying the content so far, and don't forget to subscribe. You can find all my links down in the description if you'd like to come and talk to me on Discord. Right, back over to my computer. So the idea is that when this is red, we take a short when all of the lines cross over, I believe, when I found it, and when all of the lines cross over, we all go green, we take a long. So it looks an interesting strategy. This is all the information I had, so I was pretty much in the dark as to what it was. All I knew was that it could be something from the Ichimoku cloud. So we're going to have a look, see if we can find. Now, after discussion with the person that sent this to me, we all come to the conclusion that it looked very much like something out of the Ichimoku cloud, and it could possibly be one of the lines. So what I did was I'm going to go away and add a couple of indicators, which was, I'll go to the cloud here. If I look through the cloud, and then I literally clicked on the first one I found, which is great. I removed all of these dots and it came up with this. Okay, so first things first, the things that jumped out at me was a lot of the lines actually seem to fit, but I found the possibilities were this one over here, the blue one here, or the green one here. So I'm going to go and deactivate every single one of these here, just so that we can see if any of them actually fit over. Now, I was quite lucky at the time the Bitcoin was actually dumping, so it actually made it quite easy to find the right line here. So if I close off a load of these lines here. Okay, so this is my indicator that I coded afterwards, so after I found out what was going on. Right, okay, so what I actually did was added these again, a cloud that actually fit quite well. I started off with these ones here, which kind of fit but didn't fit perfectly up at the top here, and then I tried this one here, which seemed to didn't fit down the bottom, and then that didn't show anything. And then I come across this one here, which I just showed you actually was, I made a mistake. This was the one that it actually worked on. As you can see, if we go back over here and put the inputs on, we move the inputs back. Which ones do we need to move back? This one here, and we move it back. As you can see, they start to overlap perfectly. Okay, that was the first part of the case solved. We actually seem to have found the lines that are actually lining up. Now we need to work out how many lines there are and find out what actually crosses over them to make them go green. So back to my computer. Okay, so now we've found the right line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that line in code. I think it's about 10 times if I count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. I suppose I could have clicked the actual settings here. So it's 10 times, and then we're going to work out what actually crosses them to actually make them green, because as you can see, it's actually not the cross of the lines that actually make them go green. Let's start with that. Okay, so let me go in the code here. So what I need to do is actually find what line was it here? It was the Senko span A cloud. So let's have a look in here. Let's have cloud A here. Right, okay, we've got our span A here. So if I go and find Inside that I need to make a copy of it itself. And we're going to find where span 8 is used. Okay, we have our offset here, and then we have it being plotted here. Okay, so now we have the code. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste that 10 times onto the screen, and we'll see whether it fits.
11 minutes later.
Okay, I've managed to do it, guys. Right, okay, so what I've done actually is I used the span A as the first line, which is the line that when it crosses, it turns the span B green. Okay, and then we've copied the span B 10 times and plotted that. So that's given us our 10 lines here. The span A you actually can't see. It's transparent into 0. You just can't see it on there anyway. Right, now what I've done is I've started building a strategy around this to find out if it's any good, because it's been like I said, it was meant to be an AI that's created this strategy to give the best possible return on an investment. So what we're going to do is we're going to create our own strategy. What we're going to do is we'll get in when they're all green, and we'll get out when they're all red. So I've created a long signal here which makes sure that the B is less than the A is here, and the other way around for the short signal. And I've added a load of comments here. Very simple strategy. It's going to long at the when the long signal and short at the short signal, just so that we can get a feel for the test to see if it actually could work or do something good. Right, let's give it a go. I'm on the 1 hour here, and we're going to click on test strategies to find out how we're doing. Right, 77% would be the, let me get the strategies showing up here. Right, we've got 77 trades, 29%, giving us 12 net profit on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so the results are not actually that good, considering that it's meant to be built by an AI robot. And imagine trying to actually do this manually without having bots to trigger the entry points, etc. It probably would get even worse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make that strategy a bit better by either using some confluence with the RSI or something like that. And I'm going to come back to you with a better strategy that was built on the basis of this one. Okay, let's go back over. Okay, here we are back at my computer. I have finished building the strategy. Right, so here's the strategy so far. I have taken away all of the lines and just given us the outer and the inner line, because the rest were not particularly interesting to us. Just made it for more confusion, but we've got something that looks quite good here. I did also notice when building the strategy that you can actually also have these green triangles here and red dots. These actually mean that there's a full crossover, and the red dots means that there's another crossover inside the crossover. So another bit of confluence for our strategy. Right, so the idea is what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this through my bot to try and get the best trading strategy settings possible, and I'll be back to you with them in the next couple of minutes. Okay guys, here we are with the results. The bot has been running for about 3 to 5 hours now, and we've actually got some good results. Okay, so as you can see, it has run, how many times has it run? I can't remember. 4,100 times, giving us the best possible combination of stop loss and take profit. And it seems that this strategy actually could work on a 1-to-1 or a slightly more than 1-to-1 situation. Right, so, okay, we're looking for over 50% win rate. If you're looking for that, I have 55% win rate on a 2.9% stop loss. This is on ATR, 3 per ATR take profits, so slightly more than the actual stop loss. And then on the short, we have a 3.7 and a 4.2 for ATR settings. That's going to give us a win rate of 55.63, and also we've managed to do 142 closed trades. Profit on the account would have been 136%, so that's very good. It's quite an acceptable, very good strategy. So with a bit of work, we've actually managed to build quite a good strategy out of what seemingly looked quite a bad one. The moral of this story is, before you spend lots of money on expensive indicators, come and see me. Do your research, try and find some decent strategies, because everything is actually inside of the strategy and not the actual indicator. Stick to your strategy from the beginning. Make sure that you use a good risk to reward ratio ratio, and you could end up making some good wins. Remember guys, that trading is always risky. Always test everything on paper trading accounts before doing anything else. I hope you enjoyed this. You can get this indicator for free off of TradingView. Just search for DaviddTech or just come and meet me in the Discord below and I'll send you the link. Okay guys, have a great day. I hope you have a good one. Speak to you soon. Stay safe and stay coding. Take care. Goodbye now.